guys put yourself in position to make a run there in the fourth quarter, but how much of the missed shots, kind of the start of the fourth, kind of affect things for you?
Yeah, it was part of it. I think, probably the biggest swing moment, we were up, and then, we've been playing the pick and rolls pretty aggressively, taking away, a lot of that three-point airspace for the majority of the game after that first, 3 minutes. And then we gave up 3 to Derrick White. He saw the ball go in. Then even before that, we just gambled on a play that you just can't do against Boston. And Holiday hit a 3. We had a couple turnovers, a couple missed free throws, and then it can just go quick. If they hit, get on a roll with those threes. That was the game. Really, we played and competed hard. Visually, that's what I want to see every single night. And we'd been doing that, not really in the Clipper game, but we've been doing it against most teams. That's probably going to give yourself a better chance, down the stretch against Boston. It's going to be a double-digit loss with a competitive game.
What were your thoughts on the lineup change, the rotation change also with Terry out, just the different...
Yeah, look, we've tried a lot of things. It's not working, and we're anticipating that they were going to be with their main guys. So we went with this lineup, to match up with them, to try to take away the threes. And I think the rotation was pretty fluid, all the way through. I don't think that was an issue. I think the guys... contributed, and able to keep our main guys out there, for important stretches, and the bench played really well. They were a plus for the majority of the game, which usually isn't the case when we play Boston.
And obviously he was on a really good run, but the last 2 games with Bam, is that a matter of himself getting himself more involved, or of you needing to get more involved?
The Clipper game was. They just took us out of everything we normally like to do. Tonight, I thought we were making the right plays, and Bam was making the right plays. We obviously want to get him involved and be intentional to try to get him the ball. There's probably some opportunities, to get him some catches, but I don't think that was necessarily the deal. We'll get him involved. There were some other swing moments, like I mentioned, that had a bigger impact. He's been playing great, obviously, the last 6 weeks.
What's the level of strain that even though, like you said, you did play the three-point line pretty well for a lot of the game. They still took 50. They still made 19. They're going to take a ton. They're going to make a ton. Just what sort of strain does that put on a team, knowing that they are going to make a bunch of shots from out there?
Yeah, it wouldn't work if you don't want to have the three-point shooters, but also have guys that can break you down. Without Brown, Tatum can break you down if you're in single coverage. He's going to find a way, and if you're trying to eliminate some of the airspace and you're switching, they can manipulate things, if necessary. And Derrick White, I think, is the most underrated player, in the league. He just has timely winning plays over and over and over. Right when this game was in the balance, I think he made some big plays. Holiday made some big plays. And Pritchard obviously can break your defense down. And we did a pretty good job on him tonight. But if you don't have guys that can break you down, then you can just stay at home on everybody. They have both. And if you make a mistake, if you gamble, if you lose concentration, they're a team that's going to make you pay. And that happened not a bunch of times. It just happened 3 or 4 times right when we needed it in the fourth quarter.
After the Clippers game, you mentioned that you were still trying to get Davion and Wiggs acclimated to the style of defense you wanted. I'm curious.
That was much better tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fast-tracked it quite a bit in the last 48 hours. I mean, we've been fast-tracking it for the last month, but both guys understood what we need, from them, and I thought they both brought it on the defensive end for sure.
Yeah, hi, Coach. It was kind of my question. Could you go a little bit more in detail? You saw about Davion Mitchell today. in overall?
He made all of us watch him, right? You know, he has that kind of gift, those kind of abilities. He's really dynamic the way he can move laterally, and we just want to unlock all of that. You know, the more he can just be a pest and piss everybody off, which he was doing, you know, tonight. Taking on all the bigger matchups, just making great efforts. You know, we're going to need that. You know, a bunch, you know, going down the stretch. But I was really pleased with his play.